What's a crazy neighborhood rumor that actually turned out to be 100% true? Everyone in my apartment building swore Gary, our grumpy maintenance guy, was a retired mob boss in hiding. The guy lived in the dingy basement unit and drove a beat-up '98 Ford truck that sounded like it was coughing up a lung. But there was one massive red flag: his watches. He'd literally be plunging a clogged toilet wearing a $30,000 vintage Rolex. The next day, he's fixing a radiator wearing a pristine Patek Philippe. When anyone pointed it out, he'd just scoff. Fake! Got it at a swap meet. Plus, Gary was insanely nosy. He knew exactly who was dodging rent, who got laid off, who couldn't afford groceries. If you were broke, your broken window didn't just get patched. It got replaced with expensive double-pane glass. No charge. I honestly just thought he was low-key stealing from the management company to help us out. Then, my whole life crashed. I lost my job, my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and the medical bills completely buried us. By November, I was 3 months behind on rent. I was literally packing my boxes to move into my car. Gary knocked on my door to fix a loose hinge I never even complained about. He saw the boxes. He didn't say a single word. He just left a six-pack of cheap beer on my counter and walked out. 2 days before my eviction date, I got a call from the property manager. My balance was zero. Someone had anonymously paid off my back rent and prepaid the next 12 months. I immediately ran down to the boiler room and confronted Gary, literally in tears. He didn't even look up from his wrench. Must be a glitch in the system, kid. Take the win. But I swear, I saw him smile. Over the next year, anytime my mom needed an expensive prescription, a blank envelope with cash would magically appear in my mailbox. Eventually, I got back on my feet and moved out of state, but I always sent him a bottle of bourbon for his birthday. Last month, I got a devastating call. Gary had a sudden heart attack and passed away. I flew back for the funeral, expecting it to just be me and maybe 2 other tenants. I walked into the local hall, and it was packed, over 300 people, and they all looked exactly as confused as I was. That's when a guy in a tailored suit walked up to the microphone. Turns out Gary wasn't the maintenance guy. He owned our entire 400-unit complex. He had made tens of millions in real estate back in the 80s, but absolutely hated the corporate landlord life. So he hired a fake management company to be the bad guys, and he chose to live in the basement because he genuinely just loved fixing things and taking care of his people. The lawyer then pulled out a list. It was a list of 62 tenants Gary had secretly bailed out of eviction, medical debt, and bankruptcy over 30 years. My name was on it. He made his lawyer swear to keep it a secret until he died because he hated being thanked. He just wanted to make sure his people had a roof over their heads. His lawyer handed me a small box after the service. Inside was that vintage Rolex. I finally took it to a jeweler last week. Yeah, it's real. But honestly, when you spend your entire life secretly saving people from the streets, you've definitely earned the right to flex a little.